Hello and welcome to the first episode of Creative Build Series. I don't know if this is going to be the name of the series, but it's what I'm going to go with for right now. If you have any ideas of what I should call this series, do let me know in the comments. Anyways, so when I originally recorded this episode, I didn't exactly have a good intro, so I figured it was worth re-recording the intro so that I can explain what this series will cover. To start, the first episode is going to be divided into 3 parts. The reason why this first episode is going to be so long is that it's a bit of a hybrid where I'm essentially showcasing the creative tools of Hytale has to offer while also doing my first build. And my building skills are a little rusty since I used to build a lot back in my days in Minecraft, but that was a long time ago. So the first part is this one, the one that you're watching right now, where I basically explain what I'm going to be doing throughout the series and this particular episode overall. The second part showcases one of the major creative tools and how I plan to use it to help me build, and the third part showcasing me not only building, but also trying out and using the creative tools that Hytale has to offer. And slight spoiler, they are amazing. I'll save the rant for when I actually do the video, but I'm just going to go and say they are a huge game changer. So, anyways, the builds I'll be doing in Hytale will mainly be focused on structures from World of Warcraft. The reason why is because I'm a bit of a big fan of the game, and back when I was building in Minecraft, I noticed not very many were building structures from WoW, so I took it upon myself to build some of those structures from the game into Minecraft, and now I plan to rebuild it in Hytale. I say rebuilding because I'll be making some slight changes to the structure from my original build since, for example, the roof in Hytale is something that we don't have in Minecraft, and in Minecraft, for example, say if I want a blue roof, I would use lapis blocks, whereas in Hytale, we actually have proper blue roof blocks. So that'll definitely be something different. And there's a lot of new blocks to learn for the look of the build. I basically spend a lot of the video just figuring out the tools, blocks, and best way to build because even with my experience with World Edit in Minecraft, it's still a very different build style in Hytale and a bit to understand how things work. So that said, the next episode, which I already have recorded, is potentially going to be shorter because at that point, I would have a basic grasp of the tools and how to use them. I will be essentially focusing on building in that episode and potential future ones, rather than showcasing the tools, so I imagine that one will be shorter, but I won't know until I actually edit the video, so we'll have to wait and see. Also, I should note that if there's like a new tool that I plan to showcase or maybe even a modded tool, it's probably going to follow the same video style formation. That is something like this where I'll divide it into parts where I'll showcase what it does, and then the second one will be the actual build. Also, I might be interested in doing my own interior redesign spin on these structures in the future. To explain, what I'll be doing is building the original designs, but once I build them, I might go back in a different video and redesign the interior because when I built these structures, I do the best to recreate the original look. I'm not able to get it 100%, but I get as close as I can. And there are times where I struggle with certain parts of the build and wonder if it's really worth the stress to make it perfect. And because of that, sometimes I kind of want to do my own approach. So what I ultimately decided on was I'll build the original to the best of my ability and later come back with a redesign of the interior just for fun and to see what I can come up with. As for the exterior of the builds, I'm probably going to leave them as is and only change it if it's necessary, but I figured redesigning the interior would be a fun little experiment and allow me to kind of go a bit off script. With that said, I believe that covers my plans for this episode and future ones. I'll update if I decide to make a major change to the series, but so far, this will be my plan. Again, the first episode will be 3 parts, including this first part, the second part showcasing scaling and importing, and the third part being a mix of building and experimenting with the creative tools. Oh, and I should mention that the first 2 episodes are going to be first-person view because at the present moment, we don't have a way to record, basically have a mod to where it records the area that we're building in, at least not at this present moment. But hopefully we'll have one soon. And the next episode will likely just be one video, but again, I won't know for sure until I edit it. With that said, thank you for listening to me ramble for this part. And I look forward to sharing my work, and I hope all of you will enjoy what I create. And of course, be sure, if you've enjoyed, feel free to like. I guess comment below, like I said, if you've got an idea of what I should call this series, or I don't know if I'm going to do build requests, but feel free to write down some ideas and maybe I'll look into them. I will say that my plan right now is to tackle the smaller buildings first and then work my way up. I do definitely want to build bigger projects because that's something I've been wanting to do in Minecraft, but I never really got around to it since, well, big projects like those take a lot of time and effort. But from the taste I got in Hytale, I do believe it might be possible to achieve now. So I'll definitely be doing those in the future, but for right now, I'm just going to focus on the smaller structures, and when I feel ready, then I will try the bigger ones. So if you want to see those or just building in general, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. I will definitely be doing more of these in the future. And again, I hope all of you will enjoy my building, and also like I said, when I plan to do the redesign of the interior, I definitely look forward to seeing what I come up with. So I'm very much excited because I've never really actually showcased my building skills. I know I'm not exactly a professional builder, but I will certainly do the best I can to make the build look as good as I can make it. So with that said, I'll let Past Me take over.